Hi, and welcome back. We have another coding challenge. It's called Single Cycle Check. What the interviewer asks us is to build a function that accepts one argument, an array of numbers, and these numbers can be either positive or negative. Each number represents a jump. So we start at index 0, and at this point, this gives us a clue to where we will land, right? Cool. So at this point, we can just mark the number, move forward by 1, land here. So we have -2. So we go 2 spaces to the left. So we are at the last index. Mark it, go here, and then 2 spaces forward. So 1, 2, and we're back at the start. So in this case, we could just return true. So it returns true if we visit each index exactly once, and once we're done, we need to be at starting position, so at index 0. So this is our challenge. So you can take a moment to just think about how you solved it, and then we can do it together. Okay. So one way of doing this would be to have one loop that would loop exactly the length of the array, so 4 times in this case. We would start at index 0 and just advance. If we found any number, let's say, that was visited more than once, we can just immediately return false. If not, just advance, and at the end we just check if we visited every node and if we landed at a starting position, and that's it. So let's look how this would be implemented in the code. So let's have this array, and if we print is a single should return true like this. Cool. So if we see single cycle like this, if we can reuse the current array, then our space complexity will be all of 1. So let's do that. If not, we will just generate a new array and just have a counter. So let's do that. So our starting index will be 0, and for current element, for in range, we're just using this for loop to iterate exactly x, so n times the length of an array. So we don't care about the element, just how many times we're iterating over each loop. So at each point we can mark jump, which is a of I, and we need to check if current element is equal to none. This will be our marker. We can just break like this. If not, we can jump, and we need to get the next index, which we can do by having a helper function, and jump like this. Of course, we need to mark current element as none, so it's already visited, right? After we're done with this, we need to check if every element inside an array is none, and if element is not none, we can return false, because we haven't visited that element, right? At the end, we need to check if I is at the starting position, right? Let's implement the helper function. So def next index, it's AI and jump. So when we advance, we need to take care of if we're going over the length of an array or we're going backwards. We need to wrap it, right? So we can do I plus jump modulo length array. Now I checked it. This will not only work for positive jumps, but also negative jumps. Right? You can check it in Python or any REPL if this works. Cool. So let's run this code. Oh, actually, we can print the A, so we see the output here. Let's do that. Okay, so the return value is true, so we have a single cycle, and we see that every element was visited, right? So if I would do it like this, we should get different result, right? So this number wasn't visited, and return value was false, so this works. So let's talk about time space complexities. So it's of n time, and the space complexity would be constant, right? We reused existing array, which is fine, and we haven't added any additional space here. That's it. Okay, cool. That's it for this one. See you guys next time. Bye.